like to welcome our
Welcome to
two
the Corey
guests.
Cast.
Welcome to our Corey
Do we have
podcast.
a name for this yet?
It's Sports Knowledgists.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sports.
I thought it was Sports Knowledgists. You don't even know the name of your own
No, I
podcast?
honestly didn't think we named it.
All right,
Really?
episode 3. All right, and welcome back to episode 3. It is February 18th, and podcasting is hard.
Podcasting very hard.
Extremely. Way harder than I thought it was going to be.
We don't even make technically a podcast.
Yeah.
It's just a video.
It's a video.
But, it's really hard to do either.
We skipped last week because we just had way too much work.
Yeah, we
and
did.
because
We're
this
sorry.
podcast is way too much work.
Mm-hmm. Many were clamoring.
Yeah.
Like
People were upset.
They were very upset.
But we have good news. This week we are inviting our first guest. It is Zach Mann, who's going to talk about sports. Zach Mann, welcome onto the podcast.
Happy to be here.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Zach.
So, Zach, I hear you want to talk about the Cleveland Browns. Please talk into the mic.
Please.
Yes.
So what do you have on the Cleveland Browns?
Well, I am in a class right now, sports analytics,
Okay.
where we analytics sports. And our
one
first
does.
major homework assignment, myself, shout out to Jimmy Lorenz and Billy McGloin.
Shout out.
We worked on an analysis for key performance indicators for the Cleveland Browns. Essentially, our professors asked us, why are they bad? Why don't they make the playoffs?
Why are the Cleveland Browns bad?
Well,
I mean, I have many
to
reasons.
the surprise of no one particular reason is Odell Beckham Jr. So basically, a lot of the analysis we did, we found that they're very similar to the 2017 Texans and the 2017 Buffalo Bills in terms of like key offensive and defensive metrics. So we compared them to this year's versions of the Texans and the Bills, and we found that Baker Mayfield is pretty comparable to their starting quarterbacks, which is good.
How
but,
dare you insult Baker Mayfield?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying he's similar to Josh Allen, so
Well, Josh Allen's tall.
I suppose.
He's got a big arm.
Yeah. And
Just one.
we would
Well, he only throws with one arm. He doesn't throw with two.
we would also analyze the okay, so there's this thing that apparently a lot of football analytics people use called expected points added, which is basically like on any given play, how many points do you, from a probability standpoint, add to your team. So like an 8-yard pass on 3rd and 10 is going to subtract points, and it takes into account like time on the clock, like field position, yards gained, what down it is, that kind of thing. Typically speaking, passing has way more EPA than running, which is typically negative. So we found out that
What's EPA?
expected points
I'm
added.
so lost.
So like for the Browns, if we look at every like notable receiver on the Browns, the Texans, and the Bills, Odell Beckham Jr. is among the bottom of the pack, like almost dead last for expected points added on average.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Odell?
Yes.
How much did they pay for Odell?
Too much. Some would
Clearly.
say.
Wow.
I wouldn't
Really?
think that.
Others would say way too much.
The more you know.
Yeah. Also, Browns for the past 3 years collectively, top 10 for offensive and defensive holding. So the Lions, defense not looking great. Also, Nick Chubb, also a very bad receiver, but he's a good running back in comparison to those 3 teams. So that's my
Good
analysis
name,
of
too.
why the Browns are bad.
Is that a real guy?
Yeah.
That
He's their running back.
Nick
all Odell Beckham Jr.'s fault. And that's it. It's definitely just him, nothing else.
Heard it here first.
So let's get a prediction for the Cleveland Browns next season, and what do they need to do this offseason to do better?
Well, I'm going to say number 1 on the priority list is they're going to need to get good this offseason.
Love that.
Thank you, Zach.
Number 2 is they're going to need to make Odell stop sucking. Particularly him. We're going to single him out in training, and he's really going to have to work on that because apparently he does it a lot. But other than that, they are actually quite comparable to the Texans and the Bills this year. So if they could just get like their star receiver to add value from a points perspective to the team, they'd be in a very good place.
All right. That's what the Cleveland Browns needs to do. Zach Mann has it. let's move on to Villanova basketball. They just beat Temple this weekend, which won them the Philly 5. I don't know when we haven't won the Philly 5. I don't really know. It's not like it's a challenge.
Wasn't it like 20 points?
We lose to UPenn last year.
Oh, yeah.
That was a shameful experience.
And we lost to UPenn
Yeah,
last
but
year.
did we win? Didn't we co-win the Philly 5?
What does it mean
No.
to win the Big Five?
I think you
Like
beat
you beat
every
everyone?
team, or
That's
you have the
like
best record out of the 5 teams,
No.
because everyone plays each other.
Tiny 5.
Just the 5.
The five.
So we are the winners of the 5 this
Yep.
year. And
Well
we're
done.
Zach wants to tell us
Temple
who he
sucks.
thinks. Yes,
Retweet.
we don't like Temple.
I think that as well, also.
Zach's going to tell us who he thinks is the best current Villanova basketball player.
My answer is going to be Colin Gillespie.
Oh, I had the same
I
thing.
had the same thing.
No way.
I'm going to have to change my answer so we can argue.
No,
We
let's
all-
argue. I have a different answer.
You have a
Oh,
different
no,
answer?
Let's
Yeah.
hear it.
Wait, I might
Let's hear
change
it.
up mid just to
Alright.
give
That's
Audrey
Wait,
fair.
fighting
I
chance.
have a point.
We'll cut
We'll let
that.
Audrey go first and then I'll go.
I think the best Villanova player is Jeremiah Robinson Earl because he's very cute.
Can't argue with that. Actually,
Yeah,
I can argue with that.
can't- I don't hate that.
I do. I don't like it.
You don't like him?
Well, it's not about his basketball skill.
Oh, you don't think he's cute?
Well, according to my my sister in high school who came out to the Seton Hall game, unfortunately, she thinks Colin Gillespie is really cute. So
Yeah,
it
so-
looks like we're tied here.
That's fair. But I also think that Jeremiah Robinson Earl had a lot of rebounds yesterday. Like, he got the ball a lot. Anecdotally, I saw him get the ball a lot.
I believe that is.
But he also fouled. I think he had the most fouls yesterday.
The most fouls.
He's
I
a
didn't watch the
physical player.
game
I
yesterday,
think he's
so
consistently
kind
our
of
best rebounder.
didn't
So I'll
watch
give him that.
That's
Like,
what I
think
was. See?
He
I
won
could be
Big East
wrong, but I
Freshman of
think
the
he
Week for the
averages
sixth
like
time today.
double
Really?
digits on
pretty
rebounds.
good.
He's
Big board man.
he's one to watch. I'm just saying.
He's one to watch.
That
Okay.
sounds a little creepy after the first comment.
I just said he's cute.
So here, my take. I think Colin Gillespie is the current best player, and I also think he is better than Ryan Archidiakono.
That seems. I think that's a bold statement. Care to explain why?
Well, in their junior years and overall, Colin is averaging more points per game. He has a better shooting percentage. Just overall best player. Everyone just likes Archidiakono because he won the 2016 on the buzzer beater, or he got the assist. I think Colin's the best, underappreciated, and I think he's going to the NBA. He's going to do big things.
underappreciated?
Very.
Very.
I think so.
I feel like the general
Well, like-
consensus though is that he's the best.
Well, yeah,
among
but
the
in the
Villanova
overall
community. Oh,
Villanova
I see what you're
community, I
saying.
feel like he's like looked at as just like not as good as Archidiakono, but I think he's way better.
Oh, I see what you're
Most of my friends actually do not like him. So I know that Colin, you are watching this, and I know that you also hold the opinions of my friends in very high regard, who you have definitely met and could recognize. So sorry to have to break the news.
I mean, he's averaging like 16 points per game. He's going off this
He
season.
played really, really well yesterday.
I would
Yeah.
like to extend an invitation to Colin. You're welcome on this podcast.
Oh my gosh, hashtag get Colin
At
on the
any
pod.
time.
Colin, you can come on this podcast, and we'll get Zach's friends so you can scream at them.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my friends commented on one of your Instagram pictures, and you clapped back at him pretty hard, and I think he was a little embarrassed. This happened freshman year. Your freshman year. I was also a freshman.
Let's get him on the pod.
Yeah.
Hashtag
yeah.
get Ryan on the
So-
pod. Oh, get Colin on the pod.
Oh my God.
Oh no, now we're never gonna get him now. We've lost our chance.
I'm willing to change my opinion if we get Colin on the pod.
Hear that? You could gain a fan.
I'm a fan. I just think JRE seems nice.
So, are you gonna change your answer from Colin? Or are you gonna stick with Colin?
I'm gonna stick with Colin. I think me sticking with Colin is gonna get him to show up on this podcast next week. I'm calling it.
So we all said that we were gonna pick our best player, and we didn't talk about it, and yet we all picked the same person.
That's not fair.
We all picked the same person. Good job. Good job, guys.
I can put forth an opinion that was shared with me yesterday. Miguel believes that on a good day, Bay is better than Colin.
He was my second choice.
I think Bay, yeah. Bay is definitely the second best. Rumor has it he's going to leave to the NBA this year. Not so sure. What do you think, Sam?
I don't know. I feel like leaving for the NBA has not been the best deal for a lot of our recent basketball players, save for like maybe one or two. So I think you should stick around.
I mean, they do have multi-million-dollar contracts. I think that's a bad idea.
I don't know. Like, what league is Phil Booth in? What letter?
He's currently, I believe, a part of the Capital City Go-Go. They are the G League affiliate of the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
Interesting. Phil Booth was at the game yesterday.
A lot of people were at the game. I don't know.
No, but I just saw him yesterday.
Did you guys go?
I didn't go.
No.
I was busy. It was at Temple. I don't like Temple.
It wasn't. I was supposed to be there, but then I didn't go.
All right. Zach, you have a story for us about DraftKings? I have not heard this story, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
Told it's a good story.
I've been watching the podcast and I feel as if you've talked about sports betting once or twice. Is that true?
Just a few times.
This
You
is
know,
true.
I like,
Just in every
I
podcast. so far.
kind of like to sports bet. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So like, I'm a business student, so
Cool.
you know, gotta finance. But
Gotta
you
find
know,
it.
Gotta
the
finance.
markets they close at 4. You know, gotta be getting that bread at all hours of the day. So I wanted to get on DraftKings and start losing my money there. So I tried to verify my identity with DraftKings. So they asked for my social security number multiple times. I provided it multiple times, like all of it.
Could you provide us with it right now?
Yeah, actually. I'm just gonna throw it around. One.
I'd be upset if you draw some crude image.
Oh no, none of that. First page.
Thank you.
Please steal my money.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for that.
But yeah, they also made me upload a copy of my driver's license, like photo, and they were like, you know, you want to bet $20 on the Bucks? We better make sure we could like track you on a global basis. I was like, this seems extreme, but you know, I complied. I waited. They kept saying we can't verify your identity. I kept trying. Got on. I sent several emails to customer support, which is possibly the most extroverted I've ever been in my entire life. And like, you know, they were always saying like, we're on it. And then Sunday, I got an email from, I believe his name was Scott. So Scott from DraftKings. I'm very upset with you.
We know
He
you're
said,
watching.
we cannot verify your identity. Please try again in like 2 months. And I was like, excuse me? And he was like, well, you know, our servers refresh every 2 months. And like, that seems like a really long time.
Yeah.
That does.
So
Are
I
you Zach
asked,
Mann?
like, what is the basis on which you cannot confirm who I am? I feel like
Yeah, what's wrong with your social security
I feel like
number?
I have given like enough information for several Nigerian princes. So DraftKings, like they must.
Are you
have some-
21?
Yeah, I am.
Did you
Oh, okay.
did you put like your name as Zach and then your
No,
name
I
was
did
Zachary?
Zachary. I applied to verify my identity enough times where almost every spelling of my name has been accounted for.
Zachariah
That's
man.
probably why they're confused, because they have Zachary Man, Zach Man, Zachariah. They just are like, who is trying to apply?
My
Like-
friends suspect it's because I don't actually have a credit card, so I don't have a credit
You don't have
score.
a credit card?
No. Why would I need one? That's such a bad idea for a college student.
I feel like you should like build credit. I don't know.
That seems like a smart
I feel like that's
Yeah.
what people tell you to do, but this is the finance major.
Yeah, you're a
so-
finance major. You must know what you're doing. I have a credit card.
Zach does business.
I just like to lose money, man.
Business.
Let me do it.
Do it on my own
Please.
terms.
Please.
Wow. I don't think you're who you say you are. We're gonna have to cut this whole podcast. We have a felon on our hands.
Wire me one DraftKings verification if you want anyone in this room to see their families again.
Okay, and with that, we're gonna move on to our segment, which is questions. Do we have a question this week?
We do.
We do?
We
do.
have
No
one
way.
question.
Yes.
Let's hear it. What
We
is
have
it?
a question.
So excited.
It's from Grant Halco. And the question is,
I'm just kidding.
how many balls?
Soccer ball,
Football,
football,
baseball,
baseball,
golf. So that's only 3 so far.
Can we count a
dodgeball,
frisbee as a
handball.
flat ball?
No.
What about those frisbees that you used to be able to flatten and they pop into a ball?
Oh,
We're gonna
heck
go-
yeah.
Wait,
6, maybe 7.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go with 4.
Ooh,
That's
that's
the amount
wrong.
you need to get a walk.
I'm gonna split the difference and say 5.
How many balls, Audrey?
I'm going with Harry.
Cool.
Harry's not a number.
Oh, my bad. 5.
Does anyone know the answer?
Yeah, is there an answer?
No. Great, ask the question.
Okay, tune in next episode. We'll have the answer
Yes.
for you.
Special
Whoa.
guest Grant.
This has been Sports Knowledgists. What a great... let's thank Zach for coming on the
Thank you
podcast.
so
Thank
much.
you,
Maybe we'll
Zach.
try to get more guests later.
You're
Pleasure to
welcome.
have you.
That's not my name.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Yes.